Hi, this is Gothminister. You're watching Loud TV. Yeah, we had a great tour with SAMAEL in 2008, and now we're back on the road with ASP in Germany. Well, it's a special day. We are in Heidelberg. We had a great tour with ASP, like I told you, and it's going to be a spectacular night. Completely sold out, I think it will be tonight. Loads of pre-sold tickets, so we have. It's going to be a great evening. Well, it's always special to be in Germany. The German audience is great. I think the European audience is great. It's quite different from what we have in Norway. They are very enthusiastic. They love our music. That's why we constantly come back here to perform for the European audience. Also have to add that on this tour we also played a headliner show in London, which was great, in the UK. We're coming back there hopefully next year. We'll also go to Poland and hopefully soon also to France again. Yeah, it is the biggest scene. It wasn't planned that way. I mean, our first show ever outside of Norway was in the Merluna, in front of more than 10,000 people. So it came naturally that the Germans like this kind of music we play, and it's the biggest scene. But we also play Netherlands, Belgium, and we've been to France a couple of times, but nowadays we don't get that many requests from France, so I hope soon we'll get more shows there as well. Yes, it is. It has been sold out almost every night on this tour, so it's very good. Yeah, well, I mean, I played in bands since 1987, so I played in lots of bands before Gothminister, and then we never had any show. We would just black t-shirts, only focus on music. With this band, I kind of wanted to bring out something more spectacular, something for the audience as well, in addition to music. So it's natural to let yourself be inspired by artists like Alice Cooper, Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, those who have theatrical shows, and Kiss, of course, and try to create something special for the audience. And we have a lot of humor too, so I think that's also that people can see that we have a lot of fun on stage, and that we can have self-irony and not be taken too seriously. Well, in the beginning we had we're totally always serious on stage, of course, but we had no sense of humor on stage, only after the show. And I think Gothminister developed more humor now also on stage, so we can include the people more in having fun with us. And I think that's very important direction of the band. Yeah, the Demons are back at home. We have on this tour different kind of show. We don't have all these extra special effects. We focus more on the music this time and performance. Of course, the big effects, they were too big for many stages. So actually I ended up donating the Big Demon to Merluna Festival. So it was standing in the entrance a couple of years ago at the festival. They go 6 meters up in the air and 6 meters wide, so you have to play on big venues to make that happen. We had it with us a couple of German shows. We headlined at Grosse Freiheit in Hamburg, had 850 people, and in Cologne. It was a huge show and it cost a lot of money, so we also wanted to do something different this time. So yeah, the Demons are back at home, and some of them have new homes. I don't know, when we back on tour, I think it's a lot of hard work, it is, but for myself I exercise more now than some years ago, so I think I'm more fit now than I was actually before. But you have to exercise, you have to be in shape to be on tour. It's really hard work. It's not like you can, when you're not that young anymore, you can't just drink every day and think that everything is fine. You have to work a bit harder to achieve, but I think we manage fine, and I think we can still be touring for another 20 years. Yeah, it's more metal, and it's natural because all of the band members come from the metal scene. So when I first started Gothminister, I was just one man, so it was natural to start with computers and electronics. But I wanted to build a band around the project, and now we are a full band with guitars and drums and everything. So I think it's a natural evolution, and I think I love organic music, but you can also combine it with electronic elements and symphonic elements. But definitely the band is way more metal now than it was in the early days. But it's natural for me because I grew up with metal. I started there, not with electronic music. What is cool about the new album, I think, is that we got to know Henning Verlage, who also is a member of Untitled and Neurotic Fish, and he's a great producer, so kind of found the right balance with him and the right ideas, which is a part of why I think the new album is great. The first time we worked with Henning now, he's also, as I said, doing Unheilig and Icebreaker and these German scene bands, but I think he's a brilliant producer. I've always been fascinated by that, but well, it was special because my mother died from cancer during producing of the album, which of course has a huge impression on you when your parents die. If you look at the front cover, I took a picture in her house after she's dead. So it was really a beautiful photo session with just me and the photographer, and it was really silent and calm. But you also get a bit uneasy because you know when your parents die, the first thing I had in mind is you're next. That's a quite serious feeling to have, that next time is your turn. So that made a big impression. Also, it has been really inspiring, especially one story. The Ingeborg Køber case is a spiritistic murder story from Norway, which is true. And our family has had a summer house at an island called Hanke outside of the Oslofjord since 1975. On this island there was supposedly a murder. Make the story as short as I can. Ingeborg Køber had a father. She had two brothers. They died at sea, and in this time it was very popular in the early 1900s to have spiritistic seances to get contact with your loved ones, those who passed away. So what happened is that her father found that she was a great medium to get in contact with his lost sons. So they did these spiritistic seances. One day they were up swimming, and she was running down and screaming that her father has drowned. But it was investigated, and they found that he's broke his neck. And also they found out that because he died at this point, the family got life insurance money. And then at the same time they found out that her mother had stolen almost the exact same amount of money from her job. So things were a bit too much to be coincidence. So she was accused of murder, and they found letters that were written and not opened until after her father died, which kind of predicted that he was going to die, and it was really creepy stuff. But she never was convicted for murder. Anyway, this story, which is a real story, and they try to make movies about it now. They written books. This story is a big inspiration for some of the lyrics, like the song "Taking Over" and also "Ich will alles." You can find this trace of stories like this, and then, as I said, also the personal experience of my mother passing away makes it absolutely obvious that the other side has a very deep meaning for me on this album, both self-experience and also being inspired from other stories. Well, it came naturally. I mean, the point is that I had a couple of songs where we didn't have lyrics for the chorus, and I tried with English and didn't work out, so I thought, well, I have to find something in another language. So I found out that, well, maybe Norwegian or German, and then we have a very nice fan who helped me with some of the German grammar, and I got some help from her, which was really nice. And then the big test came, let's see if people like it or not. But actually we got more positive response than negative response. Of course, some of the fans would probably not like that we sing in German, but it wasn't kind of, it just happened occasionally because it fits these songs so good. So think about the big picture, not that it's specifically in German. Maybe next time we sing in Norwegian or French. Not yet. First we have to do some festival shows, and then maybe already we're gonna make a new album. I think it's gonna hopefully come pretty fast. And we're focusing on always getting bigger and better.